Let's face it, programming can feel like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube while it's on fire. But what if I told you there are 3 immutable laws that can turn the chaos into something manageable? Laws that if followed will save you from debugging nightmares, spaghetti code, and the existential dread. So, here are the 3 laws of coding every programmer must follow, or regret later. The first law. Code for humans, not just machines. Computers don't care if your code looks like ancient hieroglyphics. They'll run it anyway. But the real challenge is making your code understandable for the only species that matters. Humans. And yes, that includes the future you. Writing code that works is one thing. Writing code that a human can understand 6 months from now is a whole different ballgame. When you write code for machines, you're focused on getting the program to run. And when you write for humans, you're focused on clarity, readability, and maintaining the flow of logic. Let's look at a bad example. When you write code with ambiguous names or skip comments, you're making your future self play detective. What is f? What do x and y represent? Is 42 some kind of universal constant? This code is functional, but it's a nightmare for anyone trying to read it. Now let's do it right. Give things meaningful names, add some comments, and suddenly it's a whole different story. Now it's clear what's happening. Calculate discounted price tells you exactly what the function does. And price and discount rate are self-explanatory. Bonus points if you add some comments to explain what the function is doing. But anyways, remember that code isn't just for computers. It's for your teammates, future collaborators, and most importantly, your future self. So code for humans, not just machines. That way everyone wins, and you avoid the ultimate horror of trying to decipher your own spaghetti code. The second law, fail fast, fix faster. Bugs are like mosquitoes at a summer barbecue, inevitable. But the faster you deal with them, the less they will ruin your experience. And when it comes to programming, that's where the fail fast philosophy comes in. Failing fast doesn't mean throwing in the towel the second something goes wrong. It's about catching errors early in the development process, ideally before they can snowball into massive issues. The earlier you spot them, the easier they are to fix. Because when you let errors slide or skip edge case testing, your app will accumulate issues like a snowball rolling downhill fast. Suddenly everything crashes and you're left scrambling through a debugger like it's a crime scene investigation. Let's take a look at a bad example. Here, if the data dictionary is missing a key or has invalid values, your code could fail silently or give vague errors that are hard to track down. It's a ticking time bomb. Here's the better way to do it. We added some checks to catch potential errors early, and we avoid diving into hours of debugging later. This also means automated tests can help you spot issues during development before they even make it to production. Fail fast isn't about avoiding failure. It's about controlling it. You are proactively identifying problems early on and fixing them before they become major headaches, like Batman, but for code. The third law. Dry. Don't repeat yourself. Repeating code is like having the same conversation over and over again. It's boring, inefficient, and let's be honest, nobody enjoys it. The dry principle is here to save you from this madness. It's all about reducing redundancy and making your code more maintainable. When you repeat code, you're not just wasting time and energy. You're setting yourself up for massive headaches down the road. If you need to change something, you'll have to hunt down every instance of that code and update it. And dry says, why do that when you can do it once in one place and make your code reusable and cleaner? Here's a bad example. You've got the same logic repeated over and over in different parts of your code base. Looks familiar, right? This works, well, for now. But the moment you need to change how you calculate the area of a rectangle, you'll have to hunt down every single instance of this code. One typo and your app goes from working perfectly to a 404 not found. Now let's apply the dry principle. Instead of copying and pasting the same logic, we wrap it in a function. Then anytime we need the area of a rectangle, we just call that function. Now whenever you need to adjust how the area is calculated, you only have to do it in one place, the calculate area function. Easy, right? The power of dry is that it makes your code more modular. You only define logic once and reuse it as needed, which keeps everything clean, scalable, and maintainable. So, remember, when you repeat yourself in code, you're not just repeating logic, you're repeating work. Do not repeat yourself. It's not just a principle, it's a way of life. And finally, here's the law that supersedes all others. Never stop learning. Technology moves faster than you can say new JavaScript framework, and the only way to stay relevant is to keep leveling up your skills. Whether it's experimenting with a new language, digging into frameworks, doing side projects, or just watching videos like this, the best programmers are the ones who never stop being students. Failure isn't the end. It's your ultimate tutorial. Learn from every bug, every crash, and every deployment disaster, and you'll come out stronger. And there you have it, the 3 laws of coding. Follow them, and your code and your future self will thank you. Break them? Well, enjoy the chaos. And always remember the honorary 4th law. Keep learning. Because at the end of the day, coding isn't just a skill, it's a journey into questioning every life choice that led you to code. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.